All right, so this weekend, get this, Saturn's rings are going to seem to just vanish.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it's like one of those things you read and you're like, wait, what? But it's actually like a really cool example of like, the clockwork of the universe, right? Like it's all about how Saturn and Earth are going to be lining up just so...
The cool thing is, like, the rings themselves, they're not going anywhere, right?
Right, they're not like, poof, gone.
It's just like an illusion, basically.
Illusion, yeah.
It's an optical illusion. It happens every, like, 13 to 15 years.
Oh, okay.
And what happens is, the way the Earth and Saturn line up, we end up looking at Saturn's rings, like, straight on, edge on.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
Yeah.
if you had a coin and you looked at it from the side,
Yeah.
it would basically disappear.
Yeah, you just see the edge.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's kind of what's happening with the rings.
So this is happening, I think it's this Sunday, March 23rd.
Yep.
And it's around 9:34 p.m. Indian Standard Time, according to space.com.
Good old space.com. Always got the scoop.
Always, always, always.
Always reliable.
Yeah, so, I mean, imagine those, like, massive rings just, like, gone, even if it is just for a bit.
It's pretty crazy when you think about it, like, just poof, gone from our view.
Yeah, and apparently this happens, like, 2 times during Saturn's orbit around the sun.
Yeah, which takes almost 30 years.
Wow.
So it's not like a super common occurrence, but it's also not super, super rare either.
Yeah, so, I mean, we always talk about how everything in space is just so vast and mind-boggling, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And this is another example of that.
Absolutely. And think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the Earth moving through the plane of Saturn's rings.
Yeah.
And those rings, they're huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like massive in diameter.
Hundreds of thousands of kilometers or something.
Yeah, something like that. But they're also, like, unbelievably thin.
Oh, really? So it's like a giant, like, frisbee almost.
Yeah, exactly. A giant cosmic frisbee. And that's why when we see them edge on, it's like, whoa, where'd they go?
Because the thinness just becomes, like, invisible.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking, like, all right, I'm going to grab my telescope and check this out.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But I have a feeling it's not that simple.
Yeah. So unfortunately for this particular alignment, where you are on Earth really matters for whether you'll be able to see it.
Oh, wow.
So, like, if you're in the mid-northern latitudes, it's going to be pretty tough.
Okay.
Saturn's going to be super close to the sun in the early morning sky.
So too bright.
Yeah. And also really low on the horizon, so it's going to be tough to spot.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you're in the mid-southern latitudes, you might have a slightly better chance.
Okay.
But you're still going to be dealing with the morning twilight, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's going to be a challenge for sure.
Not the most ideal viewing conditions, then.
Not this time, no.
Okay, well, that's a little bit of a bummer, but I guess it is what it is.
But the cool thing is, astronomers have actually been watching the rings get thinner and thinner for months now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, as we've been approaching this alignment, the rings have been gradually appearing thinner and thinner.
Yeah, they knew it was coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a
And-
slow-motion cosmic reveal,
Yeah, yeah.
But the important thing to remember is that this disappearing act, it's temporary.
Right, right.
Like Saturn keeps on trucking around the sun, so in a day or two, the rings will be back in view,
They'll be back.
back in action.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. So it's not like a, once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Exactly. And actually, the next time we'll get a near edge on alignment, it's not that far off.
Oh, when is that?
It's predicted to be around November 23rd later this year.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got another chance coming up.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for that one.
I will.
It'll be a little bit easier to see.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But even though it's going to be tricky to actually see the rings disappear this time, this whole event is still like, a big deal for astronomers, right? I mean, it's a chance to study Saturn's rings from like a totally different angle.
Yeah, it's like you're getting a peek behind the curtain, so to speak.
And it's all about perspective, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like how our view of something can change so drastically based on where we're standing, or in this case, where Earth is in its orbit.
And it's not just about pretty pictures, right? This kind of event gives scientists a ton of data.
Oh, yeah, like what kind of stuff?
Well, they can study the composition of the rings, like what they're made of.
Oh.
They can look for any like new structures or patterns in the rings that we might not normally see.
Wow. So it's a chance to really learn a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it ties into the whole field of celestial mechanics and orbital dynamics, like
Hmm.
understanding how things move in space.
Right, right. It's
Yep.
like it all connects back to the bigger picture of how our solar system works.
Exactly. It's like a giant puzzle. And these kinds of events help us put the pieces together.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. So, just to recap for everyone listening,
Yeah.
this weekend, the rings of Saturn are going to seem to disappear
Oof.
because of this edge-on alignment, which is a pretty rare but totally predictable cosmic event.
Yeah, it's all about perspective, baby.
That's right. That's right. And if you miss it this time around, there's another chance coming up in November.
Mark your calendars, folks.
Mark your calendars. So, we always talk about the scale of space being mind-blowing, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, always.
But this is like a really concrete example of that.
It's a good reminder that we're just a tiny part of something much, much bigger.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And, for those of you out there prepping for your UPSC exams,
Yeah, shout out to the UPSC aspirants.
understanding these kinds of astronomical events
Yeah.
can actually be really helpful for your studies.
Absolutely. It's all about showing that you can connect the dots, right?
Like, how does this relate to the syllabus?
Yeah, exactly. So think about it. This event is like a perfect example of celestial mechanics in action.
Right.
And it also shows how important perspective is in science.
Yeah, where you're observing from literally changes what you see.
Exactly. So you can use this as an example to talk about broader scientific concepts like the nature of observation, how we make inferences about the universe based on what we can see.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's all about showing that you can think critically and apply your knowledge.
So those of you studying, keep this in mind. It might just give you an edge.
You never know what might come up on the exam, right?
Exactly. Well, I think that about covers it for this deep dive into Saturn's disappearing rings.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
I hope you all found it as fascinating as we did.
Definitely a cool event, even if we can't all see it perfectly.
Yeah, and if this sparked your curiosity and you want to learn more,
Yeah.
be sure to check out space.com. That's where we got all our info for this episode.
Yeah, they've got tons of great articles and resources on all things space.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future deep dives.
Yeah, we've got some really cool topics coming up.
And as always, if you have any questions or comments,
Yeah,
feel free to leave them down below.
we love hearing from you guys.
All right, until next time, keep looking up.
And keep those brains engaged.
See ya.
See ya. See